This is Kathy Van Zeffen. Many of my clients face a crisis in which a family member has dementia. Here, Wendy shares her touching story about her husband.
It was about 10 o'clock at night, and he decided that we were going home. That would have been fine, except the children, the grown-up children, were out of town, and we were babysitting 2 grandchildren. So there was no way we could leave. And so I told him, I said, Jim, we cannot go. We're babysitting. Well, I'm leaving. He got up, out of bed, changed out of pajamas, packed those in his suitcase, put his clothes on, put the suitcase on the floor, and then laid down, and then would get up and did that. At 2:30, I woke up. I had dozed sometime during all that. He was not in the room. Well, I panicked then, and I went looking for him, and I could hear his voice just lightly. And he was in one of the grandchildren's rooms, and he was talking to one of the granddaughters and telling her not to do drugs and that he was a doctor. I asked her later if she was scared, because we called Jim Pops, and I said, were you scared of Pops? Well, no. She'd known Pops since she was born. You know, Pops was just a big teddy bear, Pops. And so I walked him back to the room, and he finally was getting tired, so he changed back into his pajamas. And he laid down, and I said, I'll be glad to go sleep on the sofa. And he said, no, that's all right. You're a friend. You can stay there. And I said, well, thank you. You know, I call that the day that things changed. He really just didn't know who I was. Now, you could sometimes ask him, who is she, or what's your wife's name? And he would think about it. And he sometimes did call me by my given name. He would say the whole name. It's the long goodbye. I wish now that I had not tried to protect my feelings so much and had tuned in more to how I was feeling. I was trying to be strong and just handle things the way they needed to be handled. So I felt myself somewhat distancing myself, maybe sometimes how I related to him. And that's the one thing I wish I had not done. But hindsight is always wonderful. But I will tell you this. I had a dream. It was right before my birthday, middle of June. And when I came to, I was sitting on the side of the bed with just the biggest grin on my face ever. And I had dreamed about Jim. He was probably in his 40s. And he was clean shaven. He'd had a haircut. And I remember that I reached up and rubbed his cheek. And he had just a little stubble. And I remember in my thinking when I came to, oh my gosh, I felt his chin. He had his cheek, he had a stubble. Also, there was this one hair somewhere on one side that must have grown strangely. That hair was there, grown out just a little bit. And I remembered in my dream thinking about that little hair that had grown out. And I woke up and it was like Jim gave me a birthday present. It was just, he was smiling. I hadn't seen him smile in years. And oh my gosh, I haven't been that happy in years. It was just happy birthday, Wendy. And I loved it. And you can see it still makes me smile. It was just, I'll have that with me forever. And it helped erase the last few pictures I had taken of Jim when he was extremely ill. It took away the gauntness, I don't see that as much anymore. The facial expressions and things, so that kind of helped replace it and put the old Jim's face back in my memory. So it's just real special. It's really special.
Hi, my name is Kathy Brown Van Zeffen with COASTWIDE Law. I help families navigate through stormy waters. Specifically, we help people with elder law issues, trusts, estate planning, and litigation. Please, for more information, check out our website at coastwidelaw.com.